Good afternoon. You are back watching live from Chambéry, the EUCS qualifier for the EUF's premier event at the end of the season. I'm Stefan Rapazzo bringing you all the action. We will momentarily have the women's division taking the field. Bruges versus Grenoble. Woof in turquoise, I believe I saw. Taking on Queen Kong, who will be wearing the white. So stay tuned. That action coming up very soon. And in what will be the final fixture of the afternoon, we are underway. Woof with the disc. Woof. Sent deep, missed assignment, but missed throw as well, all alone in the back of the end zone. Queen Kong will try and dig themselves out deep into their own zone. Queen Kong 0-2 on the day. Woof have been winning all day long. Yes, 3-0. That's high, and as per expectation on the release, it gets over Marie-Sophie Nguyentu. Deep shot, hung up, and nice position swap. Desmet takes it away. Lead. And led again. Into the end zone. Knowles with the assist. And a dirty hold, still a hold. Woof, open up on the scoreboard with the first goal of the game. Having a look at the ranking, this game is expected to be 15-11 in favor of Woof. 3 wins certainly helping their case. They are currently sitting in the 17 spot, 1 out, but with 3 wins today, some of those convincing. Another look, well, by 2 over Sick, by 4 over Sharks, and by 10 over Zoo Swarm. I'd imagine they are helping their case. Another big win here would certainly not hinder. Queen Kong have their work cut out. Queen Kong. Lambolet. Ooh, throws behind. And Wolf will have a chance. And that one's knocked away. Not on the roster, but I believe that's Chloe Vallée picking up the disc. In fact, I don't see much of a roster for Queen Kong. Upline, Sticks. And whoever that is playing a lot like Chloe Vallée, and they have just earned themselves an assist. See if we get an update for that score. Oh yeah, there's the roster now. And she is indeed on the roster, on both rosters, just in an unidentifiable 0 jersey. So we'll remedy that. Chloe Vallée, a one-time Yaka player, has moved on. Melina Daban, also a Machina, has moved down here. I think this is her home stomping land. But those two can be a handful for sure. beyond the rest of the roster. Woof. Nolf goes to the Hishpel. And again, now Silke Nolf, of course, of Tom's Tourney fame, daughter of Glenn Nolf, an ex-legend player who continues in great grandmasters, but also the famed TD of Tom's Tourney, one of a few. Led forward. And skips the player to hit the Spell. Just gets it into the hands. And the Spell again. Centers. Knowles. Backhand over the mark. Another one, but the defense there to tidy up this time. Big one goes deep and connects. And Queen Kong put it in the middle of the field. Fast backhand for the goal. And Queen Kong on the board. Nice hold. Early timeout called. Pickup by Woof. Leading throw will go. Round to center. Van de Velde. And she goes back. Inside. Back to Jordan's. Delanotte. And that leading throw pushes from Despel. This one, big chunk. Defense divided. And some major poaching from the Queen Kong defense. Let's see if it pays dividends or if they can find a way to expose. Upline cut goes. Ostas was there. Now to the back of the end zone. Well defended. Valet puts the hand on it and knocks it away. Lead throw. Asking for a lot. Gets it. Valentine Lambolez. The one-time Parisian revolutionnaire player. Sends to center. I believe that's Daban. High release backhand. That'll go Valet. Gives the fake, then the up line. Hazankova. High stall count does get it off. Lambolez. Leads again. Lavant. Another Parisian revolutionnaire player. Why would I know this? Pushed forward. Hanoskova. And now back to Valet. Louis. To Valet. Chloe Valet. Backhand break. And the lead throw off the left hand. Daban led one up, and Lavant could not close the hand on that gift. The answer to why would I know that is that I was once the coach of both of those young ladies on that team in Paris. Great to see them hitting it out here at the EUCS level. Nice step in front, Lambolez. Good vision. Valet picks up short field. Hoo-ha. No. Reset. No. Forward throw. Yes, goal. Right at the front of the end zone. Again, I believe, if my eyes don't deceive me, that was Daban, but my eyes have deceived in the past, so I won't give them full credit quite yet. That is a big lead, and based on the ranking, this should not be happening. Oh my God, panic button if you are Woof. They've had a great day. Maybe they have assumed that this one would go based on the day's results. That happens. They are going to need to correct it, or this one will really hurt. They've taken a timeout. We're going to take a break, too. we're back. Woof. Lead. Woof also playing with a very short roster. Only 14 rostered. That could make for some late game difficulties and or disadvantage, and we're seeing it happen out here. Run through defense by Hanoshkova. And there she is, the wily veteran. Oh, Alice San Marco, and I call her wily veteran, and she gets the throwaway. A very reliable thrower, more often than not. That one, nice layout to collect. Adams. Back to the feet, hangs up. A OI, and it does just enough to warrant collection and make the score 2-3. Still in favor of the Queens of the Kong. Lamboles to Valley. Low sniper. Hot shot. That one to Valet again. Valet likes what she sees in the corner. That's Lavant. And Queen Kong back on the board. Dictating the pace very much so here. Make it 4-2. Short pull, woof. Little field at nearly the halfway mark. Floats one over. A Queen Kong front hybrid defense as they move right past that and then allow the reset. Knowles. Ooh, and the low throw lets down. Woof. San Marco. And off the mark again there. Trying to cite Régulier, but instead the return for Wolf. The look up the line. Turned off. And then given and off the hands. Jordans can't clasp back to Queen Kong. Queen Kong. Samako. There it is. Now she's on the money. Lead throw. That is a big gainer. Richard runs into some hands on the pivot. Samako. Lead throw, Nguyen two, and the defense gets there to shut her down. Woof. Getting their possession moving from their own end. This would be a Wolf hold. And of course, down 2 breaks. They need it. High, too much. Second effort not available. And the pickup is walked over. No, it isn't. It's walked towards. Burrell gets again. Leads up the line. Hanoshkova. Dancing in the backspace for nothing. San Marco. 7 meters out. Around into the hands of the defense. Oh, and that one too far. And Queen Kong with a short field now. Raimondo gives right back. Richard hangs one up. That one would have worked if the hands would have closed, but they didn't. So it's going to go back to Wolf. Wolf go over top and do sight the open receiver. And almost picked up, but great long arm of the law there to keep it alive. Another connection. Backhand wind up. That is going to work. No, it's not. I stand corrected. And nobody anywhere near the disc. San Marco is going to take the very long walk and then the very long walk back. And after the long walk, timeout taken. We'll take a break too. And after the long walk and the timeout, we're ready to play. Queen Kong lead throw. Second throw up line, Hanoskova. Dump space well covered. Options limited. Stall count high. Inbound throw to Richard. Continuation. San Marco puts away the thought of the big and goes central to Nguyen. Nice layout to keep the disc alive and almost forced one right in. Instead, back to Nguyen. Front of the stack. Lead in for the goal. And a long point like that to go in favor of Queen Kong when they're already in the lead. 5-2. Richard Duguillet. Timeout taken in the point. 11 and a half minutes. The duration of that point. A huge one for momentum. So Queen Kong looking good here. They're going to get the disc back in the second half. We've got about 30 minutes, maybe 33 until a hard cap. At this pace, we are not going to see any team hit 15 points, but there's enough time to change the pace. And here comes the pull. Woof. Need answers. Center of the field. Overthrow. Help comes, but bobbled. Valet picks up quick. Valet looks to the dump space, gets an upline cut out of it, didn't love it, goes the inside, takes Lamboles. Stall count, I think, is what is being called, was everybody waves their arms. I believe it is. Yes, I see a head pat now. Stall out called. Chloe Valet disagrees. No, it is accepted. Stall out accepted by. Oh no, now there we see the contest. So we got stall count accepted by the staller. And then the next hand signal stall out contested by the thrower. And I've been talking about this recently. The percentage of stall outs to be contested is very, very high. Quickly gets it out, and it does go for a turn. And Wolf will pick up just outside of the attacking half. Knowles leads, toe down. Desmet to Knowles. Throws to center. Adams continues. And that throw for goal. 2 Wolf players there. They only needed 1. Adams, I believe, goes up top to take that one down. Up where they keep the peanut butter on the top shelf. Sorry, it is Pita de Speel on the assist and Emma Desmet, who went up where the owls sleep to take that one. "5-3" the score. Queen Kong out in front. Chloe Valet having a heck of a day. 3 assists thus far. And a turnover there, very favorable for Wolf. Get the first throw to stick. Banat goes to center. Wind up. Kopuyans and then send deep, but too much. In throw. Next to Lamboled in the Queen Kong goal, trying to escape. Nice leading throw up the line. San Marco throws into the defense. And San Marco not having an incredible throwing day, despite the Queen Kong lead. Jordan's. Doorstep, fake the hammer, did Jordan's. Now goes back to center, requires a layout and gets one. And we've got a call on the field, which is hand signals, please. Back in play. Spin around. Now there's a corridor and woof. Break for the first time of the game. De La Notte finds Kopuyans. And that makes it 5-4. They're close to right back in this one. Will we get a halftime? And another D. And Woof are looking to do a whole bunch of catching up in a very short amount of time. They could bring this back to 5-5 with a score here. Tries to pass everyone. And the knockaway there for Champetier. And then the deep throw, and what I said about a whole bunch of catching up goes right out the window because Queen Kong put it the other way. Manage their hold and make it 6-4 Valet to Lamboulaise. So based on the migration, I think that was the halftime taker. And now Queen Kong are going to get the disc again. 6-4. Queen Kong with the would-be upset lead over Woof. Jet Set Live giving it to Boom Boom. 8-4. And 10-6 Sharks over Zoo Swarm at the moment. And the poll sent. Queen Kong on the reception. Valet finds herself with the disc. Ooh, heck of a hand by Dabant. Another completion. Now Levant. Layout required and got. High. Completion. Perusset. Dabant. L'avant. Quick to Valet. On the doorstep, Queen Kong continuing to get it done. Looking for a cut. Nothing doing. And then the late up line finds another goal. And they get the benefit of the 2-for-none. Scoring on either side of half. Chloe Valet finds Eva Hanoshkova. And that makes it 7-4 with approximately 19 minutes until we're going to get a hard cap. But a pretty big hole to dig out of. There was a moment this could have been 5-5. And now it's a 3-goal lead for Queen Kong. Woof on the pickup. This scan. Lead throw. This spell. Goes to center. Adams. Back further center. Jordan's. Another completion to Smith. Looks for goal. There's the shot, and it's in. And Wolf answer the bell with a nice possession. Despiel to Kopians for the goal. Do it quickly. 2 minutes to materialize that. Last 3 scores have all been approximately 2 minutes or less. The 3 prior to that, well, they almost added up to 20 minutes. In fact, more than 20 minutes. Lead through the valley. The fill comes from Daban, but she can't get there. The throw is off. Woof. Big break opportunity. Knowles bounces into the hands. Up and over. And shot through the middle. Spin pivot. Spivot. And then to Knowles. Knowles looks for goals and would have one if not for the pick call. Back in play, led high and away from the defense. And woof, do it again. That's a break. And they are back within one. Van de Velde to Knowles to score that goal. An approximated 14 minutes would remain. Big outstretched hand to save the possession. Queen Kong already in the attacking zone. First fake to break didn't work. Second up line just squeezed in the window. Richard floats over, does land in. That should be a goal. She went out of bounds but took multiple steps inbound before the disc arrived. So if that's what they're discussing, then it shouldn't be discussed any longer unless they really believe that her last step before the catch was still out of bounds. But she had reestablished position inside the field. She came back in and caught it. You see Coach Descan, Cornel Descan in the red Canada shirt there, giving his rendition of it, but I'm not sure unless he says, yes, of course you guys got it. He had multiple steps in. And it is given. Lucie Richard to Laetitia Gouillet. And that makes it 8-6. Approximately 12 minutes remain. Ooh, and enough confusion there. Sent deep. Lamboles can't handle. Another drop there. Chloe Valley picks up, then goes to Lavant. Then Valley. Lamboles. And another drop. Lavant there. Can't hang on, and woof. We'll have another look. Behind. Lavant. Leads. Full spin. Now the shot for goal. And what a bid! I think that was in. We're not going to get a replay. Trailing edge, foot drag. They've got much better perspective than me, but my initial thoughts were that was in. What a grab in any sense, and they've given it, and I love that because that was hero maker grab. What an impressive bid. Kopians with that bid. The throw from Despale. Disc is up. And San Marco leads the throw. Up line sticks. Lamberez. Shot for goal. And it does work. And Queen Kong make it 9-7, maintain their 2-goal lead. Centered and pushed to the far sideline. Leading throw. Desmet pushes to the side. Into the Spale. Desmet opens up and collects the goal. The youngster, her 18th birthday just last week. She can collect stats while at the juniors under 17 tournament, volunteering. One of the best volunteers there. And now collecting goals for her team, Wolf, as they bring it back to a 1-goal game, 9-8. And approximately 4 minutes remaining. Queen Kong. Ooh, and a bobble as that one got flung into crossing traffic. And a chance to have a discussion. Retraction by the looks of things. So it will be Wolf's disc, and that means there is a chance to tie the game up right now. With 2 minutes remaining. Nice readjustment on the route. Backhand around. connection. Incoming under. And thrown right into the defense. Nguyen 2 gives and gets it. Deep throw is there and taken. And Queen Kong with a very short field lead in and evade disaster. Well, evade having the game leveled once again, which would feel disastrous after being in the lead throughout. But they stay in front. Raimondo with the assist to Nguyen 2. And it makes it 10-8. There could be 1 minute left on the clock. I don't know. This game did not start precisely on time, so it is difficult for me to be able to accurately convey the timing, but it could be about a minute. How's that? Woof. Most certainly need goals now if they are going to extend this game. They do get one into the center there. Dump space. Big mark by Valet. Her defense gets suffocating as the game goes on, but woof. Hang on. Those Wolf jerseys, I'm just noticing, look a lot like Super Team jerseys from color and number on the back. This scan. Jordans. Comes all the way out. This scan. And Jordans exchanging receptions. Hammer too far. And the Queens of Kong will pick up and look upfield. But before they do that, they take a timeout. So time will likely have expired amidst this point now that there's been a timeout taken. So it is likely to be finished this point at +1 to the highest score that will give us a hard points cap. Disc is in, Valet. Dabin working in the open space and thrown right through her. Turn and burn. High release, backhand. Over the top. Jordan's goes back to center. Knowles leads and gets Jordan's again. Working towards the scoring zone. Wolf can bring it back to within 1. If they score, and it appears that they have done so, the foot tripped on the line could indicate that it was on the line, which is not in. And score given 9-10. Let's assume we've got a game to 11. Maybe not. 69 minutes at the time of the score. 70-minute game, so maybe it's finished this point +1. Mysteries. San Marco goes around. Hanushkova. Lead throw bounces in and out of the hands of Raymondo. If Wolf can score here and my assessment of the time is correct, we will be on a universe point situation. Wolf. Dump back. High to Dismet. Low then on the return. Into the guts. Not in yet. Will they force this one to double game point? Inside! And there they go. Tied up at 10's. Time has expired. That is in the 72nd minute. All signs point to universe. Universe point lines on the field. Let's go defense chance clearly coming from a Belgian supporting unit. Queen Kong can ice this one to walk it in. Clean hold. Let's go Queen Kong. Let's go. Chant coming up. And we are underway. That one hits the deck, and Lamberlaise goes to Valet. Valet gets rid of the first cut. Second one, hit. Lead, hot and heavy. What hands by Richard to keep that alive in the bid. Unbelievable stuff. Los Copians comes in and taketh away one turn, Universe point. Woof, with a chance to lead an unprecedented 3 in a row. But now Valet plays the smack away game 2. She picks up quickly. Not looking deep too immediately. She goes to Lamberlaise. Inside. Nice catch. 2 hands. Too high, though, the throw. Another turn. Multi-turn. Universe point, everybody loves it. Not for the turns, but for the chances. For the pressure. The high throw there. Copians. Goes towards the center of the field. Backhand break. All alone in the end zone. Wolf have done it! Sorry for the high pitch there, but they have come from behind and taken this one away. An extraordinary final push. How about those Copian sisters? They connect for the final goal. Cien Copians scored the second last. Knowles in for 2 of the assists of the final 3. But woof, behind all game after 1-1, come when it counts and take the win away from Queen Kong. Congratulations to Woof. Commiserations to Queen Kong. Excellent game by both. Love a Universe point finish. Make sure you don't go too far. The Ravi show coming up in about an hour and a half. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for being with us for this EUF broadcast of the EUCS Summer Tour live from Chambéry. I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks again. Catch you next time.